Shalom, friends. It's Rabbi Jenny Solomon here at Beth Meyer Synagogue with a Mincha moment. This Shabbat coming up is what we call Shabbat Shirah, the Shabbat of song, because it is Parashat Beshalah. It is the Torah portion in which we chant the extraordinary song of the sea, the beautiful words of Moses and Miriam that sort of signal and commemorate our crossing through the Sea of Reeds on our pathway to liberation. But alongside this incredibly climactic and dramatic moment in our people's story is a lesser known, but I think equally powerful, especially in this moment, story about coming home. So you may remember at the end of Genesis, Joseph invites his children around him and makes them promise that one day his descendants will bring his bones after he has died. They will bring his bones back to the land of Israel from Egypt. They will return his body, what's left of his body, to his home, the land of his ancestors. And I can't help but feel the poignancy of that request in this moment that we're living through. I, like many of you, am just consumed with reading Israeli news about the return of our chatufim, of our hostages, the ones who are amazingly against all odds, alive in body and in spirit, returning to the loving arms of their families and their home, their community, their people, their state. And to us as Jews, when I look at those young women, they are my children. And when I look at those men, they are our husbands and our grandparents. And of course, I feel tremendous compassion and concern for all innocent people who have been harmed and displaced and who are desperately in need of love and attention as they attempt to rebuild their lives. But I think it's fair to say that as human beings, we are evolved to care first and foremost for family. And our hostages for Jews, they are our family. And so too, those members of our family who will not be able to return to Israel alive, who have already died. But please God, we will be able to return their bodies and their bones home, just as Joseph made that request of his descendants. And so this is really not so much a plea for action. None of us have any control over this situation, only to say that I pray that we will in fact be able to welcome home their bodies, if not their spirits, and to allow their families to bury their loved ones with the dignity and the closure that they so deserve. And in the meantime, I think we do ourselves a good service, spiritual support, along with our family in Israel, who's on the front lines, by holding these families in such deep compassion and sensitizing ourselves to people who are in pain wherever we find them, including ourselves. This is a long journey home, and the weeks ahead will continue, I imagine, to be a roller coaster of emotion. So I think we do ourselves a favor by reading the news and taking breaks from the news, and by giving ourselves moments to sit and to breathe and to hold it all in perspective and to pray, really, really, truly to pray, that in time, everyone will be ushered home. Peace. Shalom.